As of recording this, I have just officially announced I have finished my book. And generously speaking, I do want to point out that this video is a lot more of my thoughts, more than just sharing a message out to the world. But I'm so excited to share what I've learned and generously all the things I've recently come across, because now that I finished my book and starting out my second one and excited to announce how exactly I'll go about it, I'll just discuss the details here. If you saw my community post, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But for now, here's my undisclosed thoughts about my book, everything I've learned thus far. I recently started my book back in April. It was a huge incident in my life, and even though I don't go to the specific details about it, I am quite honestly happy that it happened. For how terrible the situation was, I am glad it gave the key inspiration for what I was writing. First ever book, I planned it before. I've set it as a plan since December of 2023, and only now I've truly set in stone what I want to do with the rest of my books going forward. It was a comedy book I made that my brother took a while to get to, and I've always was curious about how comedy works in the grand scheme of storytelling and how it looks nicely in the realm of stories and whatnot. But now that I've gotten to the point that writing whatever comes to mind and having beautiful ideas for what's to come, it does make me nostalgic thinking about that original story. It was three characters, Andy, Tripe, and Sayla, all in their own worlds, going from three different types of artistes and becoming the people they are. But then I thought about it. I'm 15, and while I have the experiences I could get to confidently write that story one day, for the time currently, I don't have the ability to do so. With that notion in mind, I put the idea to the side, the comedy story, and simply wrote about those three characters. They kept intriguing me enough, and with that large inspiration coming in my life, I thought about it and used those characters to make a new story out of. It was one loosely inspired by those exact events, and in that sense, I am a reflection of the main character, Andy. But what I've learned with that novel is just the genuine passion I have. Working on it throughout the summer, fall, and currently in the winter, it's been an exciting journey that you don't often see with these kind of stories. It's a simple story that doesn't take too long to finish. I'd approximate to 2 to 3 weeks if given the time, and while taking up so much space in my own little computer, I am happy that I got it done and over with. All the planning, how short the chapters were, I purposely made it this way. When I came up with the original idea, I wasn't sure how confident I'd be in my own abilities to create and do stuff. It was quite exhausting in that realm, and I truly wanted to make something out of it. It's a consistency that I've deeply struggled with, and I'm still struggling with now. But with the understanding of what I'm making and trying to make up anything that comes to mind with a story I need to tell, it's a beautiful exhaustion of work that paid off indefinitely. Now, the key with writing a first novel and generously how to get across that novel to the world is just pure relentless consistency. Returning to that book every single morning at 4 a.m. throughout the entirety of September and October was such a joyride. And while I don't have that exact schedule now, still getting to it by 12 or hell even 5 p.m. most days, it was quite a lot to just write and type it out. It may not be perfect, even me doing most of all the work, the cover, the editing, the language barriers, and so on. It helped a lot trying to become and understand what I want to be and what I want to create with this. I have a huge confidence in this book and all my future novels, and I'm excited for all the support I've largely gained. This is mostly because of the fact that I know my connections with people, and you're watching this video knowing me to some degree. You come to this video experiencing what I want to know and my story, and I'm deeply grateful for that. But you need to understand that this is also my book. I have many pathways to go, and there's so much ideas that come to mind. And even if I lack the consistency I made, I know what I'm teaching, and I know exactly what I want to share out, just so you guys can keep on coming back for more and more video ideas and making up some sort of idea between me and creators alike. It's such a hard feeling to put to words because it's so unfiltered with my thoughts. But I want to share to whoever's out there that to get your point across, you need to be absolutely bloodthirsty for it. It's such a weird way of phrasing it, but you need to get to the point you are now. Be confident in what you're writing about, and even if it may not be perfect, only your opinion matters because that's how it truly is by the end of the day. I have so much more stories entail with me, and this is just one of many. But like my chemistry teacher keeps on reminding me, just keep on relentlessly writing. To make money with a book, it is possible. To make a career out of it, it is possible. All you need to do is just keep on working and be motivated towards that goal. Become your best possible self in the idea that you have something of value to tell. Because I know deep down I do. I have something to tell, and to make it well worth it to readers alike and creators with the same hardworking mindset like me. It's the only way I can get my point across, by making these videos and sharing them out. Mostly for profit, yes, but I also want to have a message told, to be remembered by something. To be able to create just because I have the ability to create, and knowing I will die anytime from tomorrow to whenever. It's such a tragic and terrifying thought. And it's a serious talk that I want to get to the point already, because I like making these lighthearted videos. I mean, look at my face. I don't think I'm supposed to be taken all too seriously. But with that notion in mind, we have to have this serious talk of how terrifying the world can be and how much power stuff like social media has, for better and worse. I talk about this plenty in my other ideas. That's why I have that second channel, to discuss how well communication is. But it's a weird dystopia seeing just how much people are failing and how miserable people are nowadays. They won't even say hi or greet. But in my own experiences, and for what I learned in this week alone, like my book, people can change and have different ideas that come up together in a way that you don't often see. And I wish so much more people can get this basis across, because there's something of value in each and every one of us. At least what I believe. If you don't, then you don't deserve to be here. But that's besides the point. To be clear, everyone has a purpose, and you don't want your purpose to be the average working guys. If you're watching this, you know exactly what purpose you want. And if you don't, then you're getting there. You're getting to the point where you know exactly what you're planning to do, and whether it's to be a writer like me or to have some sort of value in money-making, economy, or any kind of communicative aspect, we're all here for each other, and not in some pretty know-it-all way. We're here, and that's the most proudest achievement you could possibly make. And now that I finished this goal of writing my first ever novel, even if it's not published, writing the acknowledgments almost made me tear up, knowing that it's the first real time I've seen myself in publications. It's a real acknowledgement of who I am and what I want to create. And as a up-and-coming young man, I need to know exactly what I want to do with my life, or else I'll be sidetracked and fall behind like many other people. So if you're my age or younger, and hell, if you're my age or older, you need to know this. Life keeps on moving. So create and do whatever you want. You want to play basketball? Continue to be the best possible basketball player you possibly know. If you want to be a painter, relentlessly get out those painting supplies and keep on moving. Whoever cares about your artistic downfalls, that's on you. It's all the mental health and the mental struggles of getting past that mind. Your mindset is what keeps you returning to whatever you're trying to make. And because of my ability to just continuously write and nonstop create, that's exactly why I believe my book will have so much success in my own terms and values. It's what I put my life for and my efforts this young at this age. It's a proud achievement that many people don't get to gloat about, but I get to, and I'm certainly more than prideful of it, even if I must be humble of what I've learned. And in general, I am so exhausted of seeing people lose the motivation that they just can't do anything they want. They absolutely can. You have the ability to do so. So continue to create, continue to make it up. And even if my advice seems ludicrous for the time, believe me, in 5 years past, it will be absolutely worth it, because I know you better than most people. I can read your mind right now, looking at it psychologically, overthinking so much situations on how to escape this, or this guy's getting weird, so we click off his video. But no, you need to understand that you need to learn and adapt to create something you're possible of. You don't instantly make it in one go. And with my book in mind, I've recently learned that you have to pull from hundreds of thousands inspiration. One inspiration is a copy. 100 makes you an artist. And between that and whatever I share online, it's an easy fix, is why I continue to read books. Why I read books is not just to educate myself, but it's to simply gain the inspiration I need to become a better creator. You don't watch one basketball playthrough or watch one YouTube video. You keep relentlessly going back and forth between consuming and creating to create something that is beyond you. Even with the money aspect or whatever goal you have, everyone has different sets of values. You know exactly what value you have, and with the notion of my own making of my stories, this video is out there for the people who want to make up an art piece or start a business or any of the likes, because school doesn't teach you that way. The only way you get real experience is by doing it. Now that I've written my first book, even if I haven't published it, I know exactly what I need to do to continue getting better and become better as a writer and up-and-coming entrepreneur. It's a hard economy to follow through with, but even at 15, I know that there is some worth of value out there. I can create something that will be paid off, and to truly put these words out onto a platform like this is a miracle. So if you made it this far, you need to understand that motivation to write your novel comes from hundreds of thousands of inspirations. The reason you're in a rut or coming to a rut is because you're lacking that work mentality. You're lacking the ability to continue moving forward. And between me and you, I know you're better than this. You're better than what you possibly could be doing right now. And generously speaking, that's not a lot. You have much more to go. And wherever this road takes you, we'll continue to write, create, or do whatever with our lives. Because I know now that with this one story, it's just one of 5, 10s, and possibly hundreds I'll make in my lifetime. If I continue to do this well, then I know exactly what I want and need. And future me will be grateful for the experiences I've set out and made here. Thank you for watching this, and with this new mic and testing out this quality with my laptop, I'm happy I made it this far. My next book I'll announce soon enough come this weekend, and with that notion, I'll keep it updated each and every month to make sure that, yes, I get viewers, but I also want to share some sort of message out there. To have that quality, you need to have the quantity size to begin with it. So even if it may be clickbaity and uncertain at times, choppy and edited too much, here I am making this video on my first book, learning exactly what I need and what to do. I am Arnel Arcega, and I'm here to take on the world. If you want to check me out on my socials, you can. Now that with my finished book, it's still currently on a Google Doc, so check it out there if you want, and I'll keep you updated from here on out. Till next time, take care.